Imagine a world where colossal pyramids reach for the heavens and the ground below is stained with the sacrifice of kings and warriors. The Maya civilization was not merely a people of architectural genius and refined astronomy, they were also architects of ritual, where every heartbeat could be an offering to the gods. Within this mysterious culture, sacred and savage were two sides of the same coin, intertwined in ceremonies that balanced cosmic order with human sacrifice. Consider a game where the stakes were life and death, where every move on the ball court echoed the eternal struggle between celestial deities. The Maya bled for their gods, and the path to divine favor was etched in the blood of the brave. In our journey today, we unveil a culture that built majestic pyramids and performed brutal rituals with unyielding devotion, forging a legacy that still intrigues scholars and history enthusiasts alike. Prepare to delve into the labyrinth of Maya traditions, where the pulsating rhythm of ritual sacrifices meets the mesmerizing gameplay of Pakatok. This is a world where architecture and blood, science and spirituality existed in tension and harmony. Listen closely, for within these ancient stones and sacred waters lies a story that challenges modern perceptions of sacrifice and honor. As we transition into the realm of the Maya ballgame, envision a court where a 4-kilogram solid rubber ball hurtles through the air. This was Pakatok, a game that transcended the boundaries of sport to become an arena for spiritual warfare. Players, with their bodies as instruments, used hips and elbows to propel the heavy ball toward a high stone hoop, where the mere act of scoring was imbued with divine significance. Every pass, every collision, resonated with the weight of myth and legend as the contest mirrored cosmic battles fought by the gods themselves. In regions where defeat was not simply a lost game but a prelude to ritual sacrifice, the courage of the players took on an almost sacred dimension. The ball glided across obsidian courts, its flight captured by both the hopes and fears of a people who believed that victory was a gift from the gods, and defeat, an honor that secured the balance of the universe. Here, in the heat of the game, human skill became a metaphor for the eternal struggle between order and chaos. A game of life and death. A game of faith. In the shadows of these epic contests, the Maya expression of devotion found a profound ritual in bloodletting. For the ancient Maya, blood was not a symbol of mere mortality but a sacred elixir that nourished the very gods they worshipped. Nobles and priests willingly inflicted pain upon themselves by piercing tongues, ears, and even more visceral parts of their bodies, using obsidian blades and barbed ropes as tools of divine communication. Each drop of blood, spilled in controlled ceremony, was offered as a potent connection between the mortal realm and the divine forces governing the cosmos. Bloodletting was a painstaking act performed with meticulous precision. The ritual itself was a testament to their unwavering commitment to the balance of the universe. The agonizing process was embraced as both an act of renewal and a symbol of humility, demonstrating that true power often requires the ultimate sacrifice. In a single, stirring moment, the pain of the sacrifice resonated throughout the community, affirming the belief that every sacrifice ensured cosmic endurance. It was devotion made manifest in suffering and honor. Deep beneath the lush canopies of the Maya landscape lie cenotes, natural sinkholes that the Maya regarded as sacred portals to the gods. These wells of water, dark and mysterious, were believed to be the physical thresholds between the mortal world and the divine realms. In ceremonies of both awe and reverence, treasures, pottery, and even human lives were offered to these watery abysses as tokens of worship and pleas for divine intervention. The cenotes served as silent witnesses to the complex rituals that sought rain, fertility, and protection from merciless forces of nature. Here, offerings were cast into the depths with the understanding that each gift helped to sustain the very essence of life. The Maya saw these natural formations not as mere chasms, but as hallowed sites imbued with the power to connect their earthly existence with the celestial, a divine covenant sealed with sacrifice and hope. The immensity of their faith and their commitment to appeasing such forces reveals a people who navigated between a world ruled by logic and one suffused with mysticism. Sacred. Unrivaled. Yet, to view these practices as acts of brutality alone would be to miss the deeper meaning that animated the Maya way of life. To the Maya, every gesture of sacrifice was an affirmation of life, a necessary exchange in which human suffering was transmuted into divine favor. The interplay between sacrifice and survival was not a matter of cruelty but a calculated act of devotion intended to maintain balance in an ever-changing world. Their elaborate ceremonies were born out of a profound reverence for the interconnectedness of all things, a deep belief that the gods required nourishment, and that through sacrifice, life was perpetually renewed. In this light, the rigid structures of pyramids and the visceral charges of ceremonies became intertwined symbols of resilience, innovation, and hope. The awe-inspiring feats of engineering stood as monuments not solely to human ingenuity but as living testaments to a culture that revered the divine through its willingness to engage in the ultimate act of giving oneself. In the delicate interplay between science, strategy, and spirituality, the Maya constructed a narrative that was at once majestic and merciless, forging a legacy that continues to dazzle and unsettle modern minds. Today, as we stand on the brink of new discoveries and reinterpretations of ancient histories, the Maya civilization beckons us to rethink our definitions of sacrifice and progress. Their world was a tapestry woven with threads of sublime artistry and stark, unyielding rituals, reflecting the perennial tension between the transcendental and the tangible. In every carved stone, in every ritual reenactment, echoes the belief that the divine required a personal touch, that human blood and human endeavor were indispensable to the ordered chaos of the universe. The story of the Maya is a reminder that the pursuit of cosmic balance often demands invisible tolls, hardships borne with dignity, and profound humility in the face of nature's grandeur. Their achievements in architecture, astronomy, and art were not isolated marvels of human creativity, but integrally connected to the rituals that tested the limits of human endurance and devotion. Our exploration of Maya culture reveals a world of stark contrasts and deep complexities, where architecture and sacrifice, life and death, were inexorably bound together in a dance of divine proportions. The rituals of bloodletting, the intensity of Pakatok, and the sacred depths of the cenotes were not simply relics of a bygone era. They were expressions of a living belief system, designed to honor the gods and sustain the delicate balance of life. As we reflect on this ancient legacy, let us appreciate the Maya not as barbaric relics of the past, but as a civilization that understood the profound connection between sacrifice and the prosperity of society. Their practices, elaborate and often shocking to modern sensibilities, remind us that true progress is often predicated on the difficult choices made in the service of a higher purpose. Here, within the ruins and the rituals, lies a narrative of breathtaking resolve and unyielding faith, urging us to look deeper into our own connections with history, culture, and the divine. Subscribe to Factimize to uncover more truths from the world's most misunderstood civilizations. History is not a story of unblemished triumph, but a mosaic of contradictions and challenges that have shaped humanity's journey toward understanding. The Maya left behind an indelible mark on the world, demonstrating that devotion to the divine might take many forms, each as intricate as it was elemental. Their legacy invites us to question not only the nature of spirituality, but also the lengths to which communities will go in the pursuit of harmony with the forces that govern life. If we open our hearts and minds to the lessons of the past, we may uncover truths about our own existence that resonate with timeless wisdom. The Maya remind us that every culture, however ancient, carries a spark of the divine, and that even acts of profound sacrifice can be seen as offerings on the altar of life. Their story is both an admonition and an inspiration, a challenge to embrace the full spectrum of the human experience. Subscribe to Factimize to uncover more truths from the world's most misunderstood civilizations.